Stood tall, let some stills, now we all feel. Got to stay sturdy even when your dog tilt.
What's good, y'all? It's Snoopy, back with another one. Today we got Boldy James and Real Bad Man. New project from them, 13 tracks. I don't know if this is a sequel to what they did in 2020, Real Bad Boldy. I would say at this current moment, Boldy is one of my favorite underground rappers, and I think he has been for a while. I remember listening to Tabs and Caps back in 2018, and I was like, damn, who is this Detroit nigga with this nonchalant, monotone flow rapping over these Cali beats? After that, I went a little bit deeper into the catalog and found My Chemistry Set and, you know, automatically fell in love. To me, I always felt like Boldy James is a rapper that does what he does very well. And sometimes great, and that's being able to put you in the city of Detroit through his imagery and great storytelling, impeccable storytelling. There hasn't been too many Boldy James records that I've listened to where I haven't gotten intrigued by the story, even if it's a little recycled and he repeats it on a separate track. Say, for example, he tells one story on My Chemistry Set and he tells a story again on The Price of Tea in China. It's still intriguing because the format he's giving you. It's like he's able to break apart pieces of a story that he's told before and then just put it all back together to create a new scene within that story that he's already told. And to me, that's what still makes it intriguing for me and keeps me looking for the next line or the next story he's gonna tell, because I know it's gonna be something that I haven't heard before, or it's gonna be a scene that I haven't seen before. For the past few years, it's been seeming like Boldy and, well, the underground scene in general has been loving these producer, rapper collab tapes. And well, I mean, like in 2020, I think we got 4 from Boldy, just him alone. I'm like, damn, like this nigga gave us a lot of music. I think what's so great about Boldy is that he gives you the same scenery, the same stories, the same flow where it sounds like he's rapping in slow motion.
I ran away from detectives.
But with the help of great production, he's still able to be a swift and smooth narrator through these projects. First collab tape with Boldy and LA Crew, Real Bad Man, honestly wasn't one of my favorite projects from Boldy. I don't know if that's being the fact that Real Bad Man, I think that was their first production project. I don't know if that's, I might be a little ignorant to that. Let me know in the comments if that's true. I think that was their first full production project. I just feel like the beats weren't really tailor-made for Boldy's flow and delivery on that project. Honestly, I like the second half of that project more than I like the first half. So being that that first project was a sort of beginner project for Real Bad Man, sort of a startup project for them, I'm expecting to see better beats. I think that's basically what I want to say. Better beats. Killing nothing, man. What the fuck you mean, man? I hope you let me know. Track 1, Water Under the Bridge. How much water could I fit under the bridge until it overflows? Damn, it's not time for Drake right now. This is not the time for Drake. I'm already scared. I really am. This is not acting. Oh.
30 rounds to down, you 4 pound, you shot murder, how they found you. You low down, dirty, rotten scoundrel. Now you a killer and a shooter, but we doubt you would take it all the way without having to say a mouthful. Catch you slipping like a house, you tap you in. Just the out, you should've never let it. You chance and we gon' crowd you with them hollows to your dome. Drakes and text, speaking volumes, all them guns in your name. Make sure no
keys.
All the thuggin' I did, all the niggas I murked. That's water under the bridge. No, they wish me the worst, but it was what it is. All the
maybe for you.
On their stomach front and back, made her turn her hearing aid down like what the fuck was that? Then I sent her with cardiac, chopper bit his whole leg off, looked like a shark attack. Cut him look the worst, but it was what it is. All the riddles from her, that's what I'm under the bridge. Ate your bitch for dessert, that's what I'm under the bridge.
Ate your bitch for dessert. Nigga, you just talked about murder. I can already tell Real Bad Man, they came for me. They came for me because of what I just said at the beginning of this video. I think they went back to work because this doesn't sound like anything that was on Real Bad Boldy. Real Bad Boldy gave me more of a Western sound, especially the first half of that project. I don't want to bring everything back to Alchemist, but this is an Alchemist type beat. If you was to search up Alchemist type beat, this would come up, and I'm expecting to see some flavor of their own added, but I love the beat. I love Boldy's storytelling like always. The way he tells stories, man. Like this is definitely TV mature. Like not even rated R. I think I'm kind of downplaying that intro. That shit was hard. Track 2, all the way out. Hear that Western sample in there?
I heard bro name popped up in some paperwork. He got a lot of smut on his rep. He gotta clear up. We be thugging in the project more than the Blair Witch. All of these carrots in my roller dollar on the block while you roll around with like skin. Only worry about the undercovers in the plain shirt. If I don't got it,
oh my God.
He had it all the way out. Big stuff, he had it all the way out.
See, I wasn't even focused on the fucking hook.
Like a click, came back and spin after we stabbed up. Down truly in my ghetto, we was and shit, I the only way that I know how to vent. None of your niggas not killers, they just got 10.
My
I
God.
make all the way out. And he go all the way out.
It's like groovy and dark at the same time. Was that a fucking tambourine? I thought I heard a tambourine in the production. I don't know what that was, but if that was a tambourine, that's impressive to make it sound that good. And then that boop, 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 ooh. That's honestly one of the best beats I heard from Real Bad, man, because it seems like it's outside the box of what anybody else is doing. That doesn't sound like a Rock Marciano beat, Alchemist, Derringer. What Derringer does kind of sound like Alchemist, but we gonna leave that over there. It doesn't seem like it was that much influence pulled into the atmosphere of this production. And that's a hard 2 for 2. Hard. If I did hear him right, he did say, if I don't got it on me, then most likely Brody got it on him and he gonna crash all the way out. So are you saying you not gonna crash all the way out if you got it on you? Because you said most likely he gonna have it, you know, so he's protecting you. So it's like, well, what are you gonna do if you have it, Boldy? That air vent line was crazy. I need to figure out if I actually heard that before, because I feel like that line is too great for it not to have been said before. I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments. Has anybody said that? Track 3, Game Time.
Bodies on it, but they ain't.
Oh no.
Multiple drugs on it.
I just want to say, I'm only on the 3rd song, but the mixing on this album so far has been great.
Say connected with blocks, just ask him how he met me. Put my whole wrist in the pot, then I pull out a press. Me and Wes, we got a partnership. If I ever fall off, you gon' hit me with a starter kit. White gold footers on the road at the same time. Cuban links over the stove on my radar.
What is going on?
Headshot, buzzer beater, bitches, game time.
What the fuck?
Niggas try to box me in and I'ma open fire. Closed casket at the wake of people being lying. Niggas digging their own grave.
Niggas try to box me in, so I gotta open fire? Because you open a box? Am I reaching? Am I reaching? Because y'all can let me know. I don't care. Like, I can take it.
Over the stove on my Rayquan.
Bro, this shit is like a movie, man. Like, everything that's going on within the production is so lively. It's production like this that makes me look at producers as creatives instead of just beat makers, because in the background is something that's going to add to the story of the project. And, you know, that's what makes the whole project even interesting moving forward, because I'm interested to see what theater and dramatics they're going to add within their production to bring more out of Boldy as an artist. Are we playing sports now? Oh yeah, it's game time. It's kind of unusual, the reason I like this track, because I like this track more for production rather than Boldy. Even though I like Boldy's flow and delivery, it's just, I just can't ignore the contribution that Real Bad Man is making, you know, to make this track anything, because like I said, it's really the same flow from Boldy. I like the mention of Westside Gun and GSFR. I feel like that partnership was just gonna happen anyway. It just made sense. But yeah, I feel like the production carried them more through that track, or not carried, just added a more theatrical part of the track that I like. Track 4, 190 bands. 190 bands. Sorry. I really like the start of these tracks. It's so suspenseful.
Well, we scared it.
Let's get it.
But all my people scared and gone, so part in my behavior. Click up and spin with the remote and target. Can't let these niggas do me bold or hard, they couldn't take it. I read the statement that he wrote, was hard for me to face it. Keep the money close, never keep it at your dome. I feel like an archer when I'm aiming.
I love the horns in the background.
Tell me him and Swally cool and smiling down on me from heaven. Then I lost my nigga Luke at his funeral was sex and thought about my nigga.
It's just the way that Boldy is able to deliver these cold-hearted lyrics with such a nonchalant, monotone flow. He's not showing that much emotion within his lyrics, and you know, I feel like that's always been him, and that's his style. This nonchalant, untouchable figure but I also feel these things inside, even though I'm not showing it. Boldy just comes off as the kind of guy that doesn't actually talk about his problems based on what I've heard from his last projects. I feel like this is the only time he's gonna open up to us.
My nigga Krill, they found him hanging in the cell. Tell Stevie slicking kids. They caught up with his mans, knocked the meat out of his taco. That's how you take a stand. Peace, my nigga Will. So pay the service fee.
Playlist. When this song first started, I didn't know if Boldy would be able to keep up with the production. Then I had to remember that he's rapped over stuff like this before. It's really getting to a point where I'm starting to wonder, like, Boldy James, are your stories true? Because you got so many stories to tell. But nah, fire track, fire production. I've been really impressed by Real Bad Man on this one so far. I'm only on track 5, but 5 tracks for me, they've been pretty consistent so far. Track 5, Medellin, featuring Crime Apple. That shit just start off backwards.
I can't believe my own eyes. I've been told last. 4-5 with the chrome slab. Take a nose dive. Feeling the brain. Same time I was setting trim. They said make peak game time. That's my next of kin. 2-7. What a nigga.
What the fuck?
Got nothing to hide with a closet full of skeletons. Can learn you something. Introduce you.
Oh, here it comes.
I ain't why these niggas just be mad at me. Since a younger been petty. That don't just be mad at me. This ain't Ajax.
Hold on, bro. Before you go, sorry, Crime Apple. I'm sorry. Oh my God.
Just got a new Benz, I call it Snowflake. Me and my Jose stay around some white light, Colgate. That's white light. I'm feeling the Ducey. Back home, I got me a Jersey City Kabuchi.
I don't know Spanish, so it doesn't hit. Real bad, man. What's going on, bro? Like, what's good? Oh, this is one of them ones to me. Well, it would have been one of them ones if Crime Apple didn't come on there. And I know I get the whole offbeat rapping thing. You know, that's what a lot of underground rappers do. But I just wasn't a big fan of that on this track. The latter part of his verse, I feel like he picked it up a little bit more, but I think Crime Apple did a disservice coming on the track like that, off beat, off kilter. It really didn't go with the flow of the song, the momentum of the song, because as the song goes on, it just builds up into this musical gumbo. It first starts off, you like, what the fuck is going on? But then you catch on to it. Yeah, I love Boldy's verse. I love the production. Real Bad, I'm gonna keep saying this, Real Bad, man. First project didn't sound anything like this, so that's why I'm so surprised on what they're coming with on this one. It's definitely elements from the last project they did with Boldy, but they're definitely coming with even more elements that they found along the way to get to this project. Track 6, Crash Transactions, featuring Knowledge the Pirate. I seen that name before. He's been on Rock Marciano's project before. He's been on Big Ghost. I think he was on that with Conway. But I never heard a project from him solely himself. So I'm not too familiar with him. Just heard some verses here and there.
Where we at?
In the house.
Touched my first $500,000 and I fell in love. Probably never love this rap shit more than this trap shit. I got a passion for selling drugs. How niggas hate me, I'm
I hate when niggas say that, because you do love the rap shit more than you do the trap shit. Because if you love the trap shit more and you getting money like you say you are doing the trap shit, you wouldn't be rapping because you don't love the rap, right? These niggas be talking about, man. Oh, I need to know that, man. What's going on? They be contradicting themselves, man. They didn't stop rapping.
Granny was 3 months clean, now she back smoking. Mixing the coke with the record, she love the 51. Taming the dog when that bitch is disobedient. I probably never love this rap.
I just realized I'm not even gonna say 2 years ago because I would be lying then. But I just realized probably like last year that dog food was a term in Detroit, and the word dog is used for different terms in Detroit. So it just sounds that much harder in music when they say it. So I'm like, yeah, that shit was hard because I wanted to do what that meant before I do what it meant.
I'm wanted by the feds, a few state charges pending. Still I drop off work to my dogs and bull of my shooter. Got 4 bodies on a dirty gun, cause it is lucky. And he'll let you have it. I'm like,
that's my first $500,000 and I fell in love. Thinking about where I was at before I met the plug.
Damn, man, they should have put this in the beat. Don't wait to the end. See, I hate that. Don't wait to the end to add your best shit. I think I would have liked this track more if they would have took the last half of this record where they added all those horns and other elements of production and stretched that out through the entire record, because I felt like the production, although it was a lot of elements already going on, I think it was a little bland. And I think Boldy's rapping really didn't make up for it with this monotone delivery. It really didn't move me because I think production really does carry Boldy through a lot of these songs, and when you don't have production that intrigues me, I'm going to fall back from his lyrics because they're not really drawing me in, because there's nothing in the background drawing me into the story. Knowledge of Pirate didn't really add anything to the song as well. I think he actually made it even more non-listenable for me, because I think Boldy could have did that second verse. I think he was saying the same things that Boldy usually says on records feature. Not all the time, but most of the time I expect them to come on with a different flavor for the project. Of course, Boldy's going to always talk about the same things as far as the drugs, the guns. You might get some bars within that, but it's mostly strictly storytelling. Knowledge of Pirate really didn't add anything to the gumbo, I would say. Track 7, Open Door, Rome Streets, Stove God Cooks. I'm going in this with high expectations. How long is this shit? 320? Okay, I got time. Don't scare me though.
Where we at?
The suspense of these records.
Break, title, and fold. Place that on my soul. I strap with the pole. Shotgun made back of the road. This ain't that. Can't lack with the love. Still a straight jack of my flows. I'm independent. A-Racks on my show.
Oh. Lil Pharrell influence.
Fucking on the square, hoping really love a gutter bitch. Eyeball the work in the purse. Still selling dope, niggas thinking I'm a celebrity. The 23 pocket bells like that. Niggas will press triggers, the rest in peace. She cook the fish like hot grease. Straight drop, come give thanks to my wrist, all praise. I might throw a cocaine parade. Bought a kilo, stepped on it, got an ego. Got a speedboat, a Ferrari Portofino. If flames shit, I wouldn't even know. I ain't had to open up a whole thing since so far.
Being that there's so much firepower on this track, I was expecting to like this track a little bit more than I did. I think they could have came a little bit harder with their verses. I think I would say Stove God got Rome Streets on that record. I almost forgot who else is on the record. Sorry, Rome. Even though just off first listen, I can tell that I'm not going to go back to this track. I still respect the fact that the underground scene is still producing these posse cuts for us, because this is what it's about, man. This is hip hop. This is who has the best verse. This is Banned from TV. This is Reservoir Dogs. This is Swagger Like Us. This is, this is that. Don't get me wrong. Rappers hop on this, hop on that together. But they're not really competing with each other. With rappers so embedded into their own styles like these, you have to have production to bring more out of them, bring different elements out of the artist. I think this beat it didn't say hungry to me. It didn't speak hungry. So I can see why they came a little on this. Trust me, these dudes kill. These dudes be killing. Rome Streets, that joint he had with Ransom, I forgot what it was called because I don't even think I can pronounce it. Yeah, this one wasn't one of my favorites from them. Track 8, Aint No Bon Jovi. Like, why you telling us that? We know. I like this. Bring that shit. Bring the movie shit.
Things, boy, I had fans. Had plans on having scratch, let us stack bands. I'm just trying to get my top blue, fuck a lap dance. Don't nobody drop the bomb on me, put a 9 on me. These niggas
that was horrible.
These niggas know this how I rock. This ain't no fun. Why niggas bustin' who hotter me and my commie? I'm disgusting.
Oh, this is
like
great.
Crime family, I'm the John Gotti in Detroit. All we do is sell birds and drop bodies. Got 5 hobbies, love to read, love to recycle, get money.
All right, that's enough. You see what's going on in rap right now. You gonna claim John Gotti? They're not even looking for you.
Monster code. These niggas know this how I rock. This ain't no
That's why you named it. Okay, I'm biased when it comes to track like this because I'm gonna just keep saying it. When you have a soul sample in there and it's chopped up greatly. Well, when I said what the fuck, when I was like, what was that? I was like, bro, the way they threw that sample in there was so ugly. They didn't put no layering over it or nothing. They just threw it on there. But no, seriously, this track just reminded me why I like Super Tecmo Bo so much. It's because it gives you that Wizard of Oz Yellow Brick Road where it seems like you're moving forward during the song. It seems like you're in motion. You know what I mean? He's taking you somewhere with this story. And the beat is also carrying him through that story. You see everything that's going on. It's just everything going on around you. And that's why I got to close my eyes when I listen to Boldy sometimes, because it's not about the bars. Sometimes it's just about the imagery. You really got to feel Boldy when you hear him rap because, like I said, it's not too much emotion in his voice. So, the severity of the things that he's saying is going to hit home if you come from these inner cities and these areas. So that's why I love Boldy. And I feel like the production on this track really brought that out of him. Track 9, BoJack, Miller Lite. Back Back in the 1800s?
Ran up a check in the slum, never neglecting my son. Ever since 10s I've been numb, a bitch I was never one. Zero packs with the spam, moving quick as Spano. Rolly Dabber Ranch, crucifix on the Franco. I went from high stepping on the pedal wire, hand in hand serving, trying to get my levels right.
Boom!
Running through a big dollar, that's a Miller Lite. I'm just trying to get my levels right.
The production is crazy. Like, you know how like when they playing the trumpet and it's supposed to sound perfect, but it's not supposed to sound perfect, but it makes the song sound good. That's the part of the song. Whatever song they sample, that's the part of the song they sample, and it sounds great.
Make a nigga run the jewels like I'm Killer Mike. Staying on creek, cause the other suspect they looking for, they ain't know it's me. Black on no company. I'm just trying to get my levels right.
Oh my God. Everything about this track I completely love from start to finish. How it just starts with the sample and at the end where they just let it ride out. You're gonna go to any blues club, any open mic, any poetry slam and hear this music that, you know, they gave us on this one. I don't know who pulled off that little mini chorus in there, but it fit perfectly from his voice to the things that he was saying. It just connected so well, and it was placed perfectly in the track as well. This song was just constructed in a way where it's just a good song. Being the fact that Boldy is a rapper that is just used to rapping and doesn't really give you too many hooks on this project, he's done a great job of that, of being able to give you consistent hooks throughout this whole project that actually means something and actually connect to the verses within the project. I loved on the second verse how he paid homage to Killer Mike and Dave East in a real creative way to make it fit within the story he was trying to tell. That's one of my favorite songs on here. Might be my, I need to stop doing that because I need to stop doing that. Big Sawyer.
Legend is
This different.
Where we at?
We in Hong Kong with it.
Ended up Underland, serving out of that gray Honda. I was selling out Rondier to eat the black tar with the creamer, showed him how to turn brown to gray. Left for the big and a half, came back with 190K. Billy Holiday, realest nigga in this shit, cause I'm the one that got away. I'm in the drugs, I'm on war.
That's facts though. See, that's kind of a double entendre because I can give you an example like the Chief Keef situation. People want to say he ran to LA, but he's the one that got away. He's the one that made it out alive. He's the one that, you know, was able to stay away from jail and stay out of all the bullshit. But also saying he's the one that got away because, you know, charges pending. You know, they looking for you. I like that flip.
Why
you whispering, nigga? Speak up. I think that track was cool. I just like the fact that Real Bad Man is so diverse in the production that they've given Boldy on this project. The more and more I'm getting through this record, it's seeming like Boldy just wants to tell his stories of the street life. It doesn't seem like he wants to get too introspective, even though on the last record, we got a peek into that. We got a lot of introspective Boldy, so I'm not saying that he needs to give us that on this project. This does seem like Boldy is, quote unquote, running out of things to talk about because like I said before his reaction started, it seems like a lot of recycled stories. I feel like this story has been told before. I can't point out the exact song, but I feel like if I hear it, I would be like, I can see where a piece is put here, a piece is put here. Like I said, he's very good at disguising it. But I've just been thinking further down the line in Boldy's career, would he be able to resort back to these old tales that he's speaking about in these songs? Because, I mean, he is 38. So we don't want to hear no dad raps, no Jay-Z shit, but we do want to hear about, you know, what's going on now. 5 Mississippi. 1 Mississippi. 2 Mississippi.
Block workers. Scared. Niggas wanna rob me, wanna stick me, mad at me, cause all they bitches wanna slide me, wanna lick me. That'll be in the look in his eyes when he saw my face, knowing that I know what's going on. That's what you call a sign. I gotta thank God for keep cutting. For Eddie, he was smacking glass, but he smoking private. He so shy that he can't catch a drag, have to slap. Running title that got 2 bricks of cocaine, 3 bricks of blow. That's a travel pack. Used to work the grave.
I like this track. But being that it's so simple and that Boldy's flow through this production is just going like water, like through a stream. You know what I mean? You don't know where it's going, but you know it's going to end up at its destination. And it just guides you through this unorthodox, heavy sampled production. And that just makes the picture of that so beautiful. I feel like if you took the drums out of this specific production right here, you will be able to put this in the front of 21 or Goodfellas or what else? what's another one of them movies? Never Back Down, Hangover, Indiana Jones. Like the diversity in this production is crazy. You know what I mean? It could be a Western, but it can also be a street flick. That's why I think Real Bad Man and Boldy connect so well on this track right here, because bringing those two worlds together. I honestly don't know where a lot of people in this specific band are from. Put it in the comments if y'all do know, because I actually do want to know. Like, who is Real Bad Man? Like I've never seen their face. I've never seen nothing. You know what I mean? A t-shirt. You know, they say they sell clothing, but I haven't seen their clothes. I like this track. But within the album, I don't think it's a track that I'm going to go back to too often, being that it's not a standout in that way. But in the sequencing of this album, I think it's beautiful. Track 12, Seeing Visions.
Oh yeah,
I'm loving this.
double dog on that deuce, put a 7 on it. Thought that this was established, this that shit them niggas never won.
It sounds like Boldy is rapping in a more somber tone than he usually is. And I'm liking it because it's bringing me closer to this story. I don't know if it's a story yet, but it's building up like it.
I'm academic and learning, these niggas know I'm with the shit. I'm just trying to catch a bitch. I'm seeing visions.
Me too.
On my mom, I block through a couple hundred in the night. They try to green light us, we gon' trap. Me Francois, Lee G, Aaron Rodgers, I don't need no shoulder instead of street. I'm just trying to
see why they put the sample over the punchline. I can't hear it. See, this is equivalent to, not in an artistic way, I'm not comparing them to Kendrick in this way, but Kendrick album just came out and it's just Kendrick on my mind. This is where Boldy gets his deepest, when he's talking about, you know, there's a lot of name dropping going on in this project, and especially in this song. So he knows these people personally. So this is where it cuts deep for Boldy. These street tales, these street stories that, you know, that I hope are true. You know, I correlate that to Kendrick Sing About Me again, because that's where I would say Kendrick let us in the most. This is where I would say Boldy lets us in the most. We don't get no further than Detroit when it comes to Boldy James. We don't go in his house. You know, we don't get to see his kids. You know, he tells us about them, but we don't see it in the picture that he's painting. But he does this the best in the same way as Kendrick, in where the storytelling is so rich, it's so heavy, that you have no choice but to be intrigued, even though it probably doesn't get that deep for the average listener that hasn't been in these situations. But it definitely touches the people that are in these environments and that have been in similar situations like Boldy. And that's where it hits for me, because Boldy comes off as, you know, an uncle of mine that was in the hood, or, you know, somebody older, or OG, or somebody that's, you know, just telling you these tall tales, but not telling you in a way where you can see it in your mind. And that's where Boldy comes in. He's telling you in a way where you can see it happening, instead of somebody just talking at you. Track 13, we got the title track, Killing Nothing. You better tell me what Killing Nothing mean, Boldy. I still have no idea. You been telling me the same shit for years.
Speed, guarantee. Grew up the eyeball, thugging on the back streets to the day that my guy called. With Sean Paul, I don't want to kill your older brother, I'm a shot dog. And if I didn't, I'm the one who sent niggas to rob y'all. But by my nuts just to let him know I got balls. He dropped the ball, I had to whack him just in case the nigga might talk. Cause all these niggas after I tax him, it's just a write-off. Really get into the money, go get your life up. And take this bitch 300.
That's terrible though.
Killing nothing. Killing nothing. Dying ain't killing nothing.
Yo, that's what this title is. I fucking knew it.
Sticks getting loaded, bullets getting wiped off. Make it right.
That was the last track on the album, Killing Nothing. That was one of the best tracks on the album, Killing Nothing. That last track was cool. I fucked with it. I like the production, a lot of percussion on this project, man. I like the verses from Boldy. I like the way he was riding the beat. The flow is just addicting from Boldy, man. He just knows what pockets to hit in certain beats. And I think Real Bad Man on this project, I'm just talking about this song in particular right now. I just think they picked the perfect beat to ride off in the sunset or go down in the darkness, I should say, from what I just heard, because this whole shit was dark. This is one of the lighter parts of the project, being that the production was so grand and soulful again. Killing Nothing, Boldy James. It was definitely a good effort from Boldy, I would say, just off first listen, just because or first listen when I heard Price of Tea in China, My Chemistry Said, or Super Tecmo Bo, even Bo Jackson, I felt a little bit stronger about if it was great or not during that time. So I feel like this is a good album from Boldy. I feel like the production and the theatrical moments in this project really stood out for me. The theatrical moments in this project really pulled a lot out of Boldy. Not nothing that we haven't gotten before, but it just showed, I would say, a miniature different side of what he can bring to the table on these kind of beats. As far as the production, a lot of Alchemist influence, but I'm not mad at it because he also threw in his own flair, which I wanted from this project. As far as flows, cadence, lyrics, it's not nothing different that we got from Boldy on this project, but that doesn't take away from how great it is. I feel like Boldy is an artist, and I've always said this, I feel like Boldy is an artist where he can be a big artist. I don't feel like he's an artist that can be stuck in the underground. I feel like he's a Saha Prince, and where he was in the underground. Well, Saha was only in the underground for a little bit, but he was in the underground, but also came up because of the grand production that Kanye gave him. I feel like Boldy James can be that accessory to a Kanye. I feel like if you put great producers and conductors around him, like a Kanye, Pharrell, a Diddy, he can be something special. And I don't think that goes for everybody. I think some people just are who they are, but I really do feel like Boldy has the chance to be an accessory to a big name out here. Imagine him on like at the end of a Kanye album or something like that. But that's why I put Boldy in the space of Pusha T. Pusha T became this great rapper with the help of Kanye West, with the help of a Pharrell. I don't think he would have been as big of a rapper as he was without those. So I feel like there's certain pieces, there's certain hidden jewels in the underground that you can pick out, and they can be great on the next level. And I think Boldy James is one of those people. You know, even though he's 38 years old, nigga getting up there. So, you know, rap your ass off. I see why you dropped 4 projects in 2020. You know what I'm saying? Time is slim. I think people need to shed more light on what Boldy has going for himself. And the only reason I say this project can only be good to me is because he's put out a Super Tecmo Bo, a Price and Tea in China. I don't think this is better than any of those records, but anything I did name, I feel like it's a little bit better than, well, this isn't better than My Chemistry Said either, but I feel like him and Alchemist just have a marriage that's unbeatable. But yeah, that's Boldy James, killing nothing. I'm not killing nothing out here. I hope you're not either, Boldy James, because you have a lot going for yourself and you see what's going on out here. You know what I mean? They ain't playing. I'm kind of surprised that you called yourself John Gotti. You know, I'm still surprised at that, but, you know, I'm happy with this project. I suspect he's going to drop more projects this year because that's what Boldy does. This was definitely a project that doesn't seem rushed. It seemed like it was well put together, even though I wouldn't say it's great or a masterpiece. I do feel like it's a good effort. So I'm happy. I'm happy with this project. I'm Snoopy. Appreciate y'all for watching. I love y'all. Let me know what y'all think about the album in the comments. Anything y'all got to say it. But yeah, catch y'all in the next video. I'm not going to be gone for 5 days. A lot. Like, niggas was working though. Niggas was kind of broke. So I had to get to work. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm going to be back soon. For sure. We out. Yeeehhhh.